Welcome. Glad to have you aboard here for About Business, the Economic Resource Council of Nevada County. Proud to be here today to talk about some of the business issues within our community. The Economic Resource Council is about preserving and protecting the vitality of the present and the future vitality of Nevada County. So today we're honored to have as our guest with us Mr. John Powers, who is the chair of the Economic Resource Foundation. So John, welcome aboard today.
Thank you very much, Gil. It's a real pleasure to be here.
Invited John because the Economic Resource Council is charged with the enhancement of the economic base of the county. But additionally to the Economic Resource Council, we have the Economic Resource Council Foundation, for which John is the chair of that. And that is a 501c3 program. John, what is the main characteristic of what it is the foundation does that's different than the other parts of the ERC?
Well, the idea of the foundation was to educate and inform the public about what's happening in economic development in Nevada County. And our whole goal is to help the public understand what's happening. And so as a result, we host a number of events and invite the public to come and hope that they find them interesting.
What are some of the events that the foundation does as outreach?
Well, we have our community appreciation breakfasts. We do that 3 times a year. We honor product exporters. These are companies that manufacture products in Nevada County and then ship them elsewhere. We honor service industries that are in Nevada County, and we honor the agriculture of Nevada County as well. And so we ask them to come, and we talk about them and show what they're doing and let them have something to say to people at our breakfasts. And we usually get a wonderful turnout. I mean, the last one, I think we had 100 people there. It was great.
We did. And that was to a company called Open Energy, a company that most of our Nevada County friends probably don't know about.
Yes, developing solar panels that blend in with the roof on your house so that they're not sticking out. And I didn't realize that it was not just an aesthetic element to it. This is one of the things they talked about. It isn't just the aesthetics of blending into the roof, but the fact that you don't have to mount panels on top of your roof and drill holes through the existing roof, which invite opportunities for leakage and things like that. So they've come up with some very clever ways to do this.
It seems to me that one of the real benefits of the outreach program and these community awards breakfasts is gives the opportunity to inform the public about what is going on in the businesses of Nevada County. They've been growing here and expected to grow continually now, right?
Oh, yes. And never even knew they existed until this community appreciation breakfast. And it was great because not only did they give a presentation of what they were doing, they opened the field to questions, and people could ask questions about how they're doing and what their plans were. And I thought it was very informative. And then we kind of open up the whole meeting to people just want to bring things up, discussion items, announcements they want to make. And so I think it's a wonderful way to exchange ideas with economic development as the focus.
Well, you do these breakfasts 3 times a year as part of the outreach. Who are some of the other people that you have celebrated in this way?
Oh, well, I think we've done the fairgrounds. In fact, we had a meeting, the breakfast out there at the fairgrounds to honor them. And that was a heck of a lot of fun, going out the fairgrounds, and we had a wonderful turnout there, both from the business community and from our agricultural community as well. And so we got to listen about what's been happening with the fairgrounds and the improvements that they've made. And I think the whole idea is to honor the contribution they've made to the community, and I think it went very well.
And as we learned in that breakfast, the economy that's provided by the fairgrounds is something in the order of $23 million annually that they sponsor in the community, not only with the attendance of the fair, the Draft Horse Classic, and all the variety of other events they do out there. but they're primarily the champion of agriculture and youth within the community, which is something I know that you're fond of because, among other things, you have some other responsibilities in the community with agriculture. What are those, John?
Well, this is how I got started with all this with ERC. I'm on the board of directors of the Nevada County Farm Bureau, and someone said we need a representative to the ERC, the Economic Resource Council, and our current representative is retiring from that job. So I said, I wonder what that's all about, and stuck up my hand. And so that was years ago, and since then I've been representing the Farm Bureau at the ERC board meetings and thoroughly enjoying it and learning a lot about economic development and meeting great people. And then I take that back to the Farm Bureau meetings and let them know. And it's been a good opportunity for me to talk about agriculture and promote agriculture. In fact, I'm going to give a little plug right now. Take this opportunity. I have a presentation on local agriculture in Nevada County. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes. I've given it to chambers of commerce and Rotary groups. And if you've got a group that you might have any interest in agriculture in Nevada County, I'd be very happy to come to your meeting and give a presentation. I have a lot of nice pictures, facts about agriculture, about the farmers and what we're doing and our contribution to the community. So please contact me or contact Gil, and he can get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to come give the presentation. That's the end of my plug.
Great. Thank you very much for that plug, John. I've seen that presentation. It's very informative because agriculture is a big business in our community, much bigger than most people recognize. Can you talk a little bit about the relative components of the agriculture industry here? I know we're all familiar with logging, but once you step down from that, where does wine figure in that? Where does grape growing figure in that?
Good question. Of course, logging is timber. Logging is number one. And you ask people, well, what's number two? They don't realize that it's cattle and grazing. We have a very active group of people that have cattlemen that raise cattle and graze them in Nevada County. And then, of course, we'd see mostly direct effect on us is people that have produce and fruits and vegetables, including the grapes. And we have a very active wine association and quite a few wineries in the area as well. And they all make a big contribution to Nevada County agriculture and the economics of Nevada County.
Well, it seems to me that agriculture represents kind of a two-edged sword in this economic game. On the one hand, we can export product, and we can, that imports dollars. Secondarily, as we provide agricultural products consumed within the county, we're not burdened with the transportation costs of those. So that it's really a double benefit there to have agriculture.
Oh, very much so. There is a big movement. I've seen it increasing in the past few years. Local awareness of local agriculture. Buy your food locally. Change your eating style so that you can take advantage of seasonal food that's obtained locally. We see a lot more farms coming up, a lot of emphasis on organic farming. We have more and more local markets that are selling local produce. We have farm stands. The county government's been very supportive of agriculture, and they passed ordinance to allow farm stands so that we'll see more and more of those so that people can buy locally and save driving out of town or transporting all that fruit and vegetables from other countries where you really don't know much about how it's made or what goes into it. But here you do, and you can go out and visit the farmer, and so many of the farmers are very happy to have people come out, ask them questions, see what's grown. And then we have community-supported agriculture where you can actually subscribe to a farmer's produce, and they'll produce a basket or a carton of produce that you pick up periodically. And that helps support them, but it also is fresh off the farm, and you get to know the source.
Terrific. Well, back to the Economic Resource Council's foundation, for which you hold the major charge there. That has a board of directors, and what is the composition of that board?
Well, we have some number of people that have been served on the ERC. We have Wynn Spiller, who's former chair of the Economic Resource Council itself and of the foundation. Marvelous, very capable woman. It's wonderful having her on the board. And Charlie Litton, who has a big background in the ERC and John Woodruff, who's helped us quite a bit in back and setting it up as a 501c3 and still serves. And we have Joan Campbell, who's new this year, but is also heading up the tour in Nevada County, which I'm sure, Gil, that you'll want to talk about or have us talk about.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I do. Part of the outreach that the foundation does is this community awareness. And so tell us about this event called Tour of Nevada County.
Well, this is it's an annual event. This is the third year for it. And the whole idea is to let the people of Nevada County have an idea of what's going on in the business environment, kind of look behind the curtain, the Manzanita curtain, of what's going on in our economic engine. And typically it involves visiting different local businesses, going inside, looking at the assembly line, talking to the people, and learning about what's going on. And it usually has a variety of different kinds of services as well. I'm very excited about this year. I think it's going to be starting at the Loma Rica Organic Farm, and start there, have lunch there, end there with a wine tasting, and we'll have a number of very exciting stops along the way.
Great. This is the third time this has happened in the county. Some of the other places that we visit, I know that I've talked to a few people who've been on previous tours, have come away and said, I had no idea of the vitality of industry that's going on out there. So this year, do you know of some of the places we're going to stop?
Well, actually, Gil, you've been a little more closer to that than I have. I know one of the big stops, and one of the most exciting ones, is the roof of the Sierra Nevada Memorial Hospital to kind of get a panoramic view of some of the key economic issues and locations here in Nevada County.
Yes, from the roof of the Sierra Nevada Memorial Hospital, you really can observe several of the economic challenges that occur in the county. The whole challenge of the Dorsey Interchange, the Brunswick Basin, the Loma Rica Ranch development, the whole redevelopment of the Nevada City Avenue or Grass Valley Highway that is proposed for some redevelopment. So it's going to be a marvelous place from up there, and we have, fortunately, Mr. Dale Creighton, who will be up there giving that 45-minute seminar on those economic challenges that exist there. So the tour, I think, is going to be exciting again this year, and Joan Campbell is going to head it up. Now, Joan's fairly new to the foundation, right?
Oh, yeah. She, well, when we were interviewing for the new CEO for the ERC, Joan was one of the people that we talked to. We're very impressed with her. And she was one of the finalists. And of course, Gil, you got the job, and I'm very happy with that. But we wanted to keep Joan involved, so we asked her to come on board with the foundation and help us do our things there. And so she's heading up this year's tour of Nevada County and helping put it together.
And let me say, she's a very, very capable young lady, which I think we've exposed another little secret here, and that is that, in case you didn't know it, while John is the chair of the foundation, I'm the president of the foundation. So John is sort of my boss, which is probably why I'm so kind and courteous to you today, John. I wouldn't want to be fired from that job.
Gil, you're always kind and courteous to everyone, and I didn't know it was a secret that you were the president of the ERC. As much as I read about you in the union, you don't do a very good job of staying secret.
Thanks. So I have spent some time with Joan talking about the tour this coming year, and I happen to know that one of the stops that we're really excited about on the tour this year is going to be Grass Valley Group, the Thompson Grass Valley Group, of which there's a great deal of equipment right here in this facility working, and we're going to see if we can't even increase some of that equipment. The group has been sort of closed to the community for a number of years. This is going to be a tremendous opportunity. They're going to throw their doors open, and we're going to be allowed in to see what's going on. And that really vibrant economic engine there, which is big in the video industry.
If I may interject, I mean, the Grass Valley Group is known worldwide for its contribution in video equipment and what they've done, and it draws a lot of attention to our area. And it's very nice that it's named the Grass Valley Group. And so as a result, it's attracted a lot of other video industries. It had spin-offs, entrepreneurs, and so we've got that part of that economic engine is the video industry. It's not just the Grass Valley Group. There are many, many good companies here in the area.
It's true. Yeah, we have a vibrant video industry. One of the things I was interested to learn was that it's not called the broadcast industry here, it's called the video industry. And what they're doing in terms of video these days is truly remarkable. I was at a meeting the other day at Grass Valley Group, and they talked about that ultimately all of your communications will be done through your cell phone. Download your movies, get your web mail, browse the internet, all come in the size of a cell phone. So it's a remarkable industry. It's being driven by the video portion of that business. So yeah, the video industry here is a very, very large and very prosperous. Let's talk a little more about the foundation and the structure of the foundation. How does the foundation receive money?
Well, the foundation is a 501c3, which is a bunch of numbers and letters from the IRS that says that you can donate money to the foundation and you can take it as a personal charitable deduction. The foundation principally gets its funding through grants, and there are quite a few organizations who don't grant money to to non-charitable organizations. And so the foundation is able to receive those grants to help in its purpose. And its purpose is to inform and educate the public. So all the events that we have are open to the public, and they're invited to come and ask questions and get involved and learn more. And we hope you will too come.
Good. Some of those grants have done what so far? What are some of the grants we've had?
Well, we've done some of the grants have improved the website for the ERC, which I hope people will take a look at, ncerc.org. I have it right there on the tip of my tongue. And it is jam-packed full of information about economic development in Nevada County. And I encourage you to drill deep into it, to take a look at what's going on and the companies that are here and all the things they're doing. I think people will be amazed how much there is there.
It's a very vibrant website, and we're continuing to expand its capability and its content. Would like to make it a real focus. Part of what we hear from the high-tech community here is that they have some difficulties with recruitment, and they've asked us if we can do some special things with our website that will help them in the recruiting process. So we're going to begin to expand that. But we did receive that wonderful grant from AT&T to do the website, and I think if you'll go there and you'll look at that website, you'll be very pleased at the quantity of data that's there for you to utilize. Additionally, the tour of Nevada County is up under your umbrella, and I suppose that's a break-even game.
Of course.
Okay. And
we always, if it's not, we'll find a good use for that money to help inform and educate the public.
So who are major sponsors of that event?
Well, let's see now. Who are our sponsors this year? Maybe you could help refresh my memory.
Yeah, I just happen to know because I just got word the other day from Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has stepped up and is underwriting the Tour of Nevada County 2008 with a generous contribution, which is going to allow us to put those 160 people on 4 buses and tour the county. And let's go back to the tour for a minute. Maybe you can just describe for our viewers sort of the structure of the tour. How does it work? If I want to go to the tour, how do I do that? Does it cost me anything?
Oh, yes. I mean,
of course it costs me something.
Of course it does, yeah. Well, the cost is $65, and that includes the breakfast, a continental breakfast. It includes lunch and the wine reception at the end. And it helps offset the cost of the buses and so on. So come to Loma Rica Organic Farm. Of course, get your tickets in advance. Come to Loma. Are we selling tickets at the day, or is it advance only?
No walk-ins.
No walk-ins. Okay, that's important to know. Be sure to get your tickets in advance. So we come to the breakfast, the continental breakfast, meet a lot of nice, interesting people that'll be on the tour with you. We have 4 buses. You get in the buses. There'll be a bus host that'll describe where you're going, what you're going to see, and things along the way, and take the different stops. and then come back at lunchtime and at the organic farm, and I'm sure it'll be delicious. Every time we've done this, it's been just a great success. And that's a beautiful setting there at the organic farm as well. And I'd like to say we'll guarantee perfect weather, but it won't rain, probably not. It'll be very nice. And then get back in the buses and take a few more stops in the afternoon, and then return to the organic farm for the wine reception.
Terrific. Great to hear about that. I really encourage people who have an interest in finding out what's going on in the vibrant economic engine of the county to sign up to come on the tour. It's $65. It's a whole day, 4 high-end tour buses, and each bus will go to a different stop. So you'll only be 40 of you in a group that will visit Grass Valley Group, and then we'll visit Furniture by Thurston and Life Kind Products. Some of the companies that you've never been able to get inside, you'll be able to get inside. So it's a wonderful day, and end at 4 o'clock with a wine reception. It's a bargain at $65, I'd say, wouldn't you, John?
Oh yes, and these are places that you drive by. One is you may not even know that they exist there, and this is your chance to see what's going on inside and see what many of the people of Grass Valley are doing in these companies. So I think it's a great opportunity to kind of get behind the scenes.
Great. Well, John, some people get confused about the difference between the Economic Resource Council and the Economic Resource Council Foundation. And you're the chair of the foundation. Do you have representation on the Economic Resource Council board?
Well, of course we do. Well, one thing we do is that president of the foundation and the president of the ERC is Gil Mathew.
Is one and the same.
So, which is very fortunate, and we're very happy that that's the case. And so, and we do have board members that also sit on both boards. And I do. And the ERC board, I represent the Farm Bureau, and then on the foundation, I'm the chair there. So, and we do try to pass information back and forth, keep people informed.
Okay.
Let people know what's going on.
Good. Okay. We're talking about the economic vitality of the community. From the standpoint of the foundation, when you're doing outreach, what is the message that you would like to see the general wider community get about the economic development efforts within the county?
Well, there's a couple of messages we'd like. One is that there are a lot of people working very hard with some really interesting businesses and doing some very creative things and helping bring money in to the county, which is vital for our economic growth and sustainability. These product exporters are manufacturing products that go outside, and the money that's paid for that comes back into Nevada County. That's a vital part of our economic engine as well. And then we have the service providers that help make our life a little bit easier and provide services for us. And then we have the agricultural people. So the message is that Nevada County is alive, well, vital. We do have issues. We have problems to solve, and we always will, and there'll always be plenty to do. And that the ERC and the ERC Foundation are trying to address those issues as much as they can.
Yes, I'd like to say that through the foundation, we have been doing a better than average job of getting the word out as to what's going on in this community, what the economic issues are, what some of the solution sets might be. And I just want to say from my perspective, I want to thank the board for all that you do to support me in getting that message out. Because as we get the message out, people will come forward with the other challenges. We'll begin to learn about them, and we'll begin to learn what can be solved with those issues as well. So it's been a real great partnership with the foundation and the ERC generally. And some of the other sort of outreach that the foundation would be involved in, we've talked about the community breakfast, we've talked about the tour. There's also some education that goes on. And I might have to speak for you on this, John, because you might not get involved in the day-to-day, but the foundation just 2 weeks ago put on a really vital seminar called Internet Marketing, the Superhighway to Success. Really a fabulous young man, taught the class, Corey on Red. And with a name like Corey on Red, you know it's got to be good. It's sort of like the Smuckers game. 3.5 hours, totally engaging. The man really knows what he's talking about. Anybody who has an interest in internet marketing should get on our website and look at that next class, which will be on August the 13th at Sierra College on a Wednesday night. The class is just filled with information about how you can utilize your website to increase the quantity of business that you do. It's business driven. So more of the outreach that perhaps you didn't even know about.
Well, I did hear about it afterwards and heard a lot of good things about it and thought it was a wonderful idea. I mean, the internet has had such a profound effect on how we do business, and we are working to bring more and more broadband into Nevada County through the efforts of the ERC. And it's just people are starting businesses in their home, expanding, and they can do a marvelous amount of things for a worldwide market and through the internet. And having these kind of seminars and educational things makes it a lot easier for people to do that.
Well, I want to really thank you, John, for spending some time with us today and talking about the foundation. Pleasure to have you here, and a pleasure to get the information out to the community about what's going on about business in our community. Great to have you. I want to thank you for being here. Drop by anytime. This will be a program that we will do every couple of weeks and talk about business within our community. So thank you very much for joining us today. Hope to see you again in a couple of weeks as we do more about business. Thank you.